Hey everyone, welcome back to I Survived the 80s, where we rewind. Time to the greatest decade ever. Today we're dusting off the game closet and diving into the top 10 board games every 80s household had. So grab a Capri Sun, settle into your beanbag chair and let's roll the dice. Back in the 80s, before smartphones, before Netflix and way before Fortnite, if you wanted to have fun with your family or friends, you reached for one of these bad boys. The board games that ruled our weekends. At number 10 is Perfection. You had 60 seconds to fit all those little pieces into the board before it exploded in your face. No game caused more childhood anxiety or taught us the true meaning of panic than Perfection. This game has scarred my nerves since the 1980s, and I get PTSD flashbacks when sorting out the cutlery drawer or stacking Tupperware. At number 9 is Trouble. Pop-O-Matic Bubble, baby. That clicky little dome was the highlight, and let's be honest, half the fun was just popping it even when it wasn't your turn. At number 8 is Connect 4. Simple, addictive, brutal. Pretty sneaky, sis. If you grew up in the 80s, chances are you got hustled at Connect 4 more than once. I will still happily play Connect 4 now, just not with my cheating younger brother. At number 7 is Mousetrap. Let's be real, nobody actually played Mousetrap by the rules. We just wanted to build that ridiculous contraption and watch it fail spectacularly. I learned a lot from 80s games and recently actually caught a mouse the cat brought in by utilising some of the skills from Mousetrap. This is a true story. At 6 is Candyland, possibly your first board game ever. Simple rules, sugary visuals, and that one devastating moment you got sent back to the starting line. This game was reinvented in many different forms over the years, depending on the current craze. In at 5 is Hungry Hungry Hippos. If you didn't break a few of your mum's knickknacks playing Hungry Hungry Hippos, were you even living? Now the craze has been reinvented by drunk 40-somethings, using each other as hippos, similar to the wheelbarrow push at Sports Day. Shockingly, in at 4 is Operation, the game that physically punished your mistakes. One false move and buzz. You were traumatised into becoming either a surgeon or someone who avoids hospitals forever. Like Perfection, PTSD flashback warnings should have been on the box of this game. We all thought we were Doogie Howser, MD, and at 3 is the game of life. Get a job, buy a house, have 3 kids. The game of life was basically Adulting 101, only somehow way more fun and way less expensive. This game was played by many girls in the playground. I wonder how they got on in life. At number 2 is Sorry. The game that taught us it was totally fine to stab your siblings in the back, as long as you said sorry afterwards. Not the most exciting game, but a popular one in childhood caravan holidays at Butlins. And before we hit number 1, smash that like button if you ever flipped a board game in frustration. No judgment, we've all been there. In at 1 is Monopoly. Monopoly was the king of 80s board games. It started fun, but somehow ended every time with hurt feelings, suspicious trades and someone flipping the board in a fit of rage. Buying Park Lane or the Waterworks. Peak 80s power move. The new modern age digital version of iPhones holds nothing to the original, and arguing about who was the top hat and who was the race car. Board games were everything in the 80s. A little competition, a lot of laughs, and a few lifelong grudges. Which one was your favourite? Drop it in the comments and tell me about your most legendary board game meltdown too. If you love this trip down memory lane, don't forget to hit subscribe and ring that bell for more 80s nostalgia. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you survived the 80s, you can survive anything.